Hello friends, today I'm going to talk about the fundus fluorescent angiography. Start with the principle that is, it's a property of certain molecules to emit light energy of longer wavelength when stimulated by a shorter wavelength. It absorbs the light in the blue range peaking at 465 to 490 nanometer and it emits a light of yellow-green range of visible spectrum at 520 to 530 nanometer. That is, it absorbs a blue light and emits the yellow-green range of the light. That is, it emits the yellow-green light. So we need to remember this 465 to 490 nanometer, that's the blue range, and it emits a light of yellow-green, that is 520 to 530 nanometer. So this picture shows how it actually works. This is the camera flashlight, that is the white light. This white light enters via a blue excitation filter. So this is a blue excitation filter. So when white light enters via this blue excitation filter, the emitted light will be of blue color. Now this blue light enters into the retina. So in the retina, there are already we have injected the fluorescent dye. So it contains the tissue which contains the fluorescent dye, and there are some other ocular structures in the retina which doesn't contain the fluorescent dye. So wherever the fluorescent dye is there, so it will get excited because of this blue light. That is, the blue light excites the fluorescent in the blood vessels. So now because of the excitation, the blue light is converted to the yellow-green light. Okay, so wherever there is no fluorescent dye, it will be emitted as the blue light. So blue light will be emitted as the blue light. But wherever this fluorescent dye is there, it will be excited and gets converted into yellow-green light. So two different lights are emitted from the retina. That is the non-excited blue light and the excited green light. So these two light cross this yellow-green barrier filter. So all these unwanted non-excited blue light gets filtered, and only this yellow green light enters into the machine, that's a fluorescent angiography machine, and through which we study further. I hope this will be clear. That is, from the camera flashlight, white light comes, it enters via the blue excitation filter. So the whatever the light comes out of this excitation filter is converted to blue light. It enters into the retina, and in the retina two ocular structures are there, that is with the fluorescent and the other is without the fluorescent. These two what are the light is reflected, that's a blue, and the excited yellow green light is reflected from the retina, and next that is the yellow green barrier filter is there, and it filters the unwanted blue light, and what are the excited light comes out of this filter, and we are going to study that. Based on this, the retina details we are going to study with this. So it's a fluorescent dye. It's a dye basic dye, yellow red in color. The dye itself is yellow red in color. It's water soluble and pharmacologically inert. The molecular weight is 376 to 27 Dalton. 80% bound to the plasma protein. This is very important. That's why we are able to study this. That is 80% bound to the plasma protein and RBCs. Only 20% is freely available. Okay, so based on this 20%, we are going to study this fluorescent angiography. It cannot pass through the blood retinal barrier, so it allows the study of the retinal circulation. So we all know that there are two blood retinal barriers. One is the outer blood retinal barrier, another is the inner blood retinal barrier. Outer is the RP-Brooks membrane complex, and inner is the endothelial complex in the blood vessels. Endothelium in the blood vessels. Endothelial tight junctions in the blood vessels. So it cannot pass through this both outer and the inner blood retinal barrier. Okay, so that's why it stays in the retinal circulation, and we are able to study the retinal circulation. Clearance. Gradually, the dye is cleared from the body in the next 24 hours, mainly in the urine, because it is water soluble. So the urine will be yellow-orange color in the next 24 to 36 hours. Small amount is excreted in the bile, saliva, and the skin staining. For the fair skin people, the skin staining will be there for the next 24 hours. Some yellowish orange tinge will be there. These vials are available in 5 ml of 10%, 10 ml of 5%, and 3 ml of 25%. The higher concentration drug is used for the opaque media. This particular 20% fluorescent injection is commonly used in our country. So how do we start this? We inject the dye in the peripheral circulation. via the peripheral circulation, it enters into the venous circulation, then into the heart, into the arterial system, into the internal carotid artery. Via the internal carotid artery, it enters into the ophthalmic artery. Then, via the ophthalmic artery, it enters into the short posterior ciliary circulation and the central retinal artery, which further enters into the retinal circulation. Via the short posterior ciliary artery, we study the choroidal circulation. Even though we don't study, but still the dye enters into that. And central retinal artery circulation, via the central retinal artery, we study the retinal circulation.